Hi, in this video, I will take you through everything you need to know to use Microsoft Word like a pro. Whether you're using an older version or the latest update, what I show you here will apply and be helpful across the board. As you watch, follow along and walk through the examples with me. You'll be able to learn every essential feature of Microsoft Word. And by the end, you will feel comfortable creating, editing, and saving documents with ease. So if you're ready to go, let's get started. Let's start with a quick overview of the layout in Microsoft Word. If you're used to Microsoft Excel or PowerPoint, Word's layout might look a little different, but don't worry, we will break down each part step by step. So when you open Microsoft Word, look at the top of the screen. This is where you'll find a series of tabs. We have the Home tab, the Insert tab, the Design tab, and more. These tabs are your gateway to the features in Word. So each time you click on a different tab, you see the tools in the ribbon below it change, giving you specific options for that section. For example, if I click on the Insert tab, I get the ribbon filled with options for adding tables, pictures, and other elements. The ribbon is split into groups. For example, on the Home ribbon, you see groups like fonts, paragraphs, and styles. And within some of these groups, you'll notice a tiny button in the bottom right corner. I like to call these launch buttons, but they're officially called dialog launchers. Clicking one of these will open up even more options that can't fit in the main ribbon view. Another helpful part of Word is the Quick Access toolbar located in the upper left corner. This small toolbar gives you shortcuts to frequently used tools like save or undo. You can even have it customized. Moving over to Title bar, you see the title of the document you're working on here. If you have a document that isn't saved yet, it might just say something like Document 1, 2, or something similar. To the far right, you'll find the Close button to close your document when you're done. We also have the vertical scroll bar on the right, which you can use to scroll up or down by clicking and dragging. If you've zoomed in on your document, you might also see a horizontal bar at the bottom. And speaking of zoom, down here in the bottom right corner, you see the zoom slider. You can zoom in to make everything look bigger, or zoom out to see more of the page. Now, Word also offers different ways to view your document. The print layout gives you an idea of how the document will look when printed. Next to print layout, we have the web layout. This is useful if you're planning to publish your document online. The read mode. This is ideal for distraction-free reading. And then we have the focus mode at the bottom here to block out extra visual noise. Now to switch out of focus mode or the read mode, just press the escape button on your keyboard and you'll be back to the print layout. And finally, right above the document, you'll see the ruler. This horizontal guide shows you measurements, helping you understand exactly how wide your document will print. There's also the vertical ruler on the left side of the page. So that covers the main layout features of Word. Let's now move on to creating and saving documents. When you open Microsoft Word, you see a welcome screen with options. To start a new blank document, simply double-click on Blank Document. This white space in the center represents the document itself. You can think of it as the paper you'll be working on. To start typing, just click anywhere in the blank space. You see a flashing cursor in the top left corner. That's where your text will appear. So you can simply type in your first words. What if you want to add text on the lower page? Microsoft Word is meant for typing in sequence. So if you want to move further down, just press the Enter key to create new lines. However, if you want to place text somewhere specific, you can double-click in that spot and the cursor will jump there, ready for you to start typing. To delete text, you can use the backspace or the delete button on your keyboard. Backspace erases characters to the left of the cursor, while delete erases character to the right of the cursor. And if you'd like to delete a larger section, just click and drag to select the text, then press delete or backspace to delete. Now let's save our work. Once you've started adding text, it's a good habit to save regularly. To save, you go to File in the top left and choose Save or Save As if it's your first time saving this document. You get to choose where you want it saved and what to name it. So after giving it a name and selecting a location to save it, you can then click Save. After this, you can do quick saves by pressing Ctrl S on your keyboard or clicking the Save icon in the Quick Access toolbar. If you want to open a document you've worked on before, go to File and click Open. Here you see a list of recent documents, or you can click Browse to look through your computer. Once you have your document open, you can scroll using the vertical scroll bar on the right or with your mouse wheel if you have one. Let's say you want to edit some text. For instance, if I want to have this powerful word deleted, just click where you want to make changes, the flashing cursor will appear, and you can type or delete as needed. You can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move around within the document. The page up and the page down keys can quickly move you through the document. And if you make a mistake, say maybe you have this part deleted mistakenly, no problem. At the top here, you see an undo button. Clicking this will undo the last action. Or you can press Ctrl Z on your keyboard to undo and Ctrl Y to redo. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z again to bring back the title. Sometimes you will want to select text, either to copy, move, or change it. Here are some tips to make this easy. So select a word, for instance, Microsoft. Double click on the word and you have it selected automatically. To select a paragraph, triple click within the paragraph. To move or copy text or paragraph, first have it selected, then use Ctrl X to cut it or Ctrl C to simply copy it, then press Ctrl V to paste it. So I'm going to undo this action because we actually don't want it there. So I'll press on this, and like I said, you can either do this or use Ctrl Z on your keyboard to undo the action. Find and replace is another powerful tool in Word. If you have a long document and need to change a word or phrase throughout, go to the Home ribbon, click on the Editing drop-down and select Replace. In the box that pops up, type in what you want to find in this place. For instance, if I want to find the word Microsoft, I'm going to have it typed in here. And where it says replace with, I'm going to type the word I want Microsoft replaced with in this section. So maybe I want to have the word Microsoft replaced with MS. So I will type MS in here, then click Replace All. With that action, the document has been scanned through by Word. It's identified everywhere we have the word Microsoft and have it replaced with MS. And then it gave this report to say that's all done. We made 14 replacements. So it means we had Microsoft appear 14 times on this document, and for everywhere we have it appear, it's had it replaced with the word MS. So what we had here before was Microsoft Word. Now it's been replaced with MS. I'm just going to go ahead to undo the action to bring back our document to what we had before. So each feature we've covered here is meant to make your experience in Microsoft Word smoother and more efficient. Let's continue to build your confidence in using Microsoft Word. Formatting is one of the best ways to make your document look polished and professional. Let's start with character formatting, which changes the appearance of specific words or sentences. To have a text formatted, select it first by double-clicking it or dragging your cursor over it. Then go to the Home tab where you'll find options in the font group. Click on the font name to choose a style, then click the number next to it to change the font size. Use these buttons to emphasize your text. You can make it bold by clicking on the bold button or pressing Ctrl B on your keyboard. Have the word italicized by clicking on this button or press Ctrl I on your keyboard. Or have it underlined by clicking on this or press Ctrl U on your keyboard. You want to change the font color? Click on the A with the color bar below it and select a new shade. To have some sort of effect added to the word, click on the Text Effect button to add a shadow or outline to your text for extra emphasis. Now let's talk about paragraph formatting. This helps you control the layout of entire paragraphs. So select a paragraph by triple clicking it and go to the paragraph group on the home ribbon. With the alignment options, you can have your text aligned to the left, center, right, or justify it so it stretches evenly from edge to edge. The indent buttons will push the entire paragraph a bit to the right or back to the left. The line spacing. This changes the space between lines. Click the line spacing button to choose options like 1.5 lines, double, or single spacing. Borders and shading. This is a fun way to highlight a paragraph. So click the border icon to add the border around your paragraph, or use shading to add the background color. For even more options, click the small paragraph setting launch button, that is the tiny arrow in the bottom right corner of the paragraph group. Here you can adjust line spacing, paragraph spacing, that is the gap before or after paragraphs, and indentations to fit your needs. Now let's set up tab stops. Tab stops are helpful if you need to create evenly spaced text, like in a list. By default, pressing the tab key on your keyboard moves your text to the next default position on the ruler. But what if you want custom tabs for things like an address list or columns of data? You start by turning on the ruler. If you don't see the ruler above your document, go to the View tab and have the box for ruler checked. If I have it unchecked, it goes off, and then if I have it checked again, it appears. Select the paragraphs where you want the tabs by triple clicking it. On the far left of the ruler, you see a small symbol. That's the tab type selector. Click it to cycle through options like left tab, right tab, center tab, and decimal tab. Then click anywhere on the ruler to set a tab stop. For instance, if I want my text to move in a bit, to say maybe 0.5, that's it moving to the right. So I'm going to select a right tab and click on the 5th point to create a tab stop. Now when I press tab on my keyboard, the cursor will jump to the exact position. If you want to remove this tab stop, just have it dragged off the ruler. This is a great feature for organizing information without needing to create a table. Now speaking of tables, Microsoft Word makes it easy to add and customize tables for presenting structured data. Let's create a basic table. Go to the Insert tab and select Table. You see a grid appear. Just hover your mouse over it and choose the number of columns and rows you need by highlighting the cells. Say for instance, I want a table with 4 columns. I'm going to hover over the cells till I have 4 columns appear. And maybe I want 4 rows. I'm going to just bring it down to have 4 rows appear. So by hovering over this grid, you can determine how exactly you want your table to look. Once you have your table, you can start typing in each cells just like in a spreadsheet. If you have the need to add more rows or columns later, click inside the table to activate the Table Design and the Table Layout tab. So click on the Table Layout tab to find options like Insert columns to the left or to the right, or Insert row above or below. To make your table look more professional, go to the Design tab. You will find a gallery of table styles that instantly apply colors, borders, and shading to your table. You can also manually change the font color, the size, or alignment, just like with regular text. Let's say you would like to remove the table borders to make text flow better. Select the table again, go back to the Design tab, and in the borders, choose No Borders. If you ever want to turn a table back into regular text or vice versa, select the table, go to the Table Layout tab, and choose Convert to Text. Now let's talk about page layout. To access these settings, go to the Layout tab. Here, you can adjust the document structure, which is especially useful when printing or preparing a document for sharing. The orientation option changes between portrait, that is the tall layout we have right now, and landscape, which is the wide layout. Choose different paper sizes with the size option. Currently, we have it in the letter option. You might want to have it changed to legal, statement, executive, or any other option depending on your needs. I'm going to take this back to the letter option. With margins, you can adjust the space around the text on each side of the page. You can use any of these presets or click custom margins to set your own. I'm just going to go back to the normal margin. You can also create page breaks to start a new page in your document. Let's say you want chapter 5 to start on its own page. Instead of pressing enter repeatedly to move it to the next page, go to the layout tab, breaks, then page break. This will move the text after the break to a new page automatically. Moving on to headers, footers, and page numbers. Headers and footers are useful for adding information that repeats on each page, like a document title, the author name, or page numbers. To do that, go to the Insert tab and select header or footer. I'll go with header to have a title added. You can choose from a list of pre-designed styles or click Edit to create your own, but I'm going to go with one of these pre-designed styles. Now type in the information you want, such as the title of your document or date. The text will appear on every page. So for instance, if I want to give this document the title Excel Guide for Beginners, I can have the title formatted just like with regular text. I can make it bold, have it centralized, and increase the font size. Now this text, that is the title, will appear on all the pages with the exact format styles I applied. This is the first page, the second page, and the third page. So have page numbers added directly. Say maybe you don't want to go with the style I chose and you want to have your own page number inserted. You're going to go back to the Insert tab, select page number, then choose where you'd like the number to appear. Do you want it at the top, at the bottom, or in the margin? So if we go with the bottom option and have it centralized, this is what we get. We have it appear as a footer on the document. Now, when it comes to refining your document, Microsoft Word's editor feature is like having a writing assistant. In the Review tab, click Editor or Spelling and Grammar in older versions. The editor will scan your document for spelling, grammar, and style suggestions. It has given this document the score 100%, meaning everything is right. If I go ahead and have any of these words misspelled, it's going to show a report that there is one spelling error because of this wrong spelling I have here, and the score has been reduced to 97%. So you can decide to accept the error or have it ignore. But if you think the word is spelled correctly, but it's not familiar to Word, you can have it added to your dictionary so it doesn't bring up the error again. But this is not the correct spelling for formatting. I don't want that added to my dictionary. So I'm going to undo the action and accept the spelling suggestion. Finally, when your document is ready, you will want to know how to share or print it. To print your document, go to File, then Print. This will open a preview window so you can see exactly how your document will look on paper. Select your printer and adjust any settings like the number of copies or specific pages to print. If you'd rather share the document digitally, go to File, Export. Here you have the option to save as a PDF, which is ideal for preserving your formatting and sharing with others. If you're ready to email your document, you can even select Share in the File tab. And Word will give you options to have it attached directly to an email or have it saved to a cloud drive. Congratulations! You've just explored Microsoft Word's essential features, from layout and formatting to tables and printing options. The more you practice, the more natural these tools will feel. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to stay updated with my latest videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.